Hi, everyone. We're going to do something a little different on It Sucks today. I will not be writing a script for this. This won't be something that's over dramatic. This is all off the cuff as it is happening. It's my unfortunately second recording as I fumbled the ball the first time around. And I'm not particularly used to doing this, but I feel that this is necessary in this scenario after my suspicions have been proven correct and I've identified some shady business practices. So, for those of you that are Monster Hunter fans, okay, you may be aware of a website called Project N2, in which they have partnered with Capcom, supposedly, to produce a couple of items: a jacket, a hoodie, and a shirt. Okay. If you're one of the folks that has ordered these items, you're well aware that it was a pre order only. They do not have an item to ship to you directly, and you had to wait. Okay. Now, I placed an order, maybe the beginning of March, first, second, well within this drop one here. Okay. And according to their original website, it, dang it, where is it at? The shipping quote time was mid to late March. Okay. So I waited till the end of March. I actually waited till the 3rd of April. And I received no email, no correspondence, no update. So, like probably some of the rest of you out there, if you placed an order with these folks, I sent their customer service an email. I'm going to read to you that email. Okay. Hi, N2 team. I placed 2 orders, order blah, 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 and order blah, blah, blah. On the website, at the time of purchase, the expected shipping quote was mid to late March. We are currently in the month of April, and I've seen no updates regarding an ETA. Can you provide some form of update on these orders? Where are these jackets made? Where do these jackets ship from? I'm a little concerned due to the current political climate in the US. A friend of mine works in shipping and logistics, and he's been telling me a lot of things are getting held up in customs for months. I'm really hoping this isn't the case for my jackets because I'd love to actually wear them outside before it gets too hot. Thank you for your time. Okay. I received a reply, an auto reply, and then a reply from a real human being hours later and says, "Hi, thanks for reaching out. We are currently expecting orders to begin shipping around mid to late April. Due to the high volume of orders, our original timeline has been slightly delayed." Slightly delayed, that's funny. "To keep you in the loop, we've added a dedicated page on our site with weekly updates," which is what you guys are seeing right here. "Once your order is on its way, you'll receive a confirmation email with tracking details included. If you have any other questions, feel free to reach out." Well, perhaps I'm just being a little ridiculous, but typically when somebody says slightly delayed, it's, oh, we estimated a month and a week or two. They're delayed an entire month. That's far more than slightly delayed. So maybe a day or two later, I got an auto email that was probably sent out to those of you that have ordered that says right here on the right, "Due to overwhelming support coupled with global uncertainties," I want you to remember that statement, "we've had to adjust our original timeline to make sure every item meets the quality," I wish you could put that in air quotes, but just know that it's there, "you deserve." "We're moving as fast as we can to keep our standards high, and we'll keep you posted every step of the way. Drop 1 is wrapping up. Shipping is expected to begin mid to late April. Weekly updates are being posted on the site, blah, 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 blah." Right? I didn't get that email until after I emailed customer service a few days later. Likely everyone else was probably emailing customer service because they didn't hear anything from anybody. Now, those of you that remembered what I wrote in my email, you'll notice they did not address 2 of my questions. So I replied back and said, "Thank you for addressing my first question regarding a status update for the order. However, The second and third question were overlooked. Can you advise on the following? Where are these jackets made? Where do these jackets ship from? Thank you for your time. I received a reply back, same day, a couple hours later, where, and it says, while I don't have the exact manufacturing location for the jackets, I can confirm they are produced and fulfilled directly through our team. All orders shipped from our fulfillment center in Texas. Thank you. Please let me know if you have any other questions. Now, that is a really strange and dodgy answer from customer service. If you are customer service for a company that only makes clothing, because on that website, you can find clothing for Monster Hunter, Street Fighter, Vampire Hunter D. There's not a ton of IPs up there, but maybe about 8 or 9 of them. Not a whole bunch. Okay. If you're a customer support member of this company, how on earth do you not know where the products are manufactured? Seems a little bit weird, right? And if I'm misreading the email and they are intendedly, made in the United States, why on earth wouldn't they just say, "Hey, we don't know the exact location or state, but they're manufactured in the U.S." and then they're sent to our fulfillment center in Texas, right? Doesn't make sense because it does not make sense. Okay, so if you get on the pre-order status here, and you can see drop ones, orders placed between February 26th, March 9th, production completed. Product is currently on its way to our warehouse. It's been like this for a week or two. What it said before was object, or what is it? Jackets or products have been completed. We're still printing out the patches. I was like, oh, the patches, huh? The patches. Okay. So these jackets have a rectangular diamond on the right or left shoulder, just a black Velcro square. And it's like, like a military jacket where you would put your platoon or whatever up on your shoulder there. So I thought, oh, fantastic, right? Oh, maybe they're going to send you something cool to go along with the jacket. They're going to send you some patches. And all I could think was like, wow, geez, those of you that play the game know the little symbols for each of your favorite weapons, as well as the symbols for your favorite monsters. I thought, oh, swell, right? They'll send us some patches to put on the jacket. So I left it alone for a little while. And then weeks started going by. We're in the middle of April. And I finally got a little antsy. I said, I'm going to look online. I'm going to look around. Let's see if anyone's gotten their jacket yet. So I look on the internet. And the only thing that I could find was a Reddit post. And the Reddit post was asking a similar thing. Somebody had received their jacket, and they were asking if anyone knew where to get patches with the weapon symbols for their jacket. Like, okay, so they don't come with any patches except whatever's already drilled on there, whatever. They just gave you a blank thing. I'm left to wonder, like, why? why? Why wouldn't you allow the customer to select a weapon or design or monster to come with their jacket? Why didn't you just give them patches? Okay, we don't want to give money away, so if we want to push all that aside, why did we not allow the customer to purchase a patch for their jacket? So, being that that was the only person on the internet that I could find that had received their jacket that wasn't affiliated with the company, since I clearly wasn't going to get a straight answer from them, I replied on a Reddit post. I don't have a Reddit account, so I had to make one, right? And I go and try to reply to this person and say, "Hey, man, can you take a peek on the inside of your jacket and tell me where the tag says that the item is made?" And then I relayed a little bit of the story, telling them about the weird answer that I got from customer service, the suspicion based on the email that was received due to global uncertainties. And it was my suspicion that the object is made overseas, and probably more specifically China. Those of you that are in the United States, or those that you aren't, you've probably already heard the ridiculous tariffs that have been imposed. And one of the worst tariffs that our country has put out has been on China. So I got to thinking, and I'm like, I bet they're made in China. Now, why why they wouldn't want to just say that on their website or in their reply or anywhere, and then hilariously synonymous with beats the quality that you deserve. Oh, yeah, quality items from China, especially clothing. Those of you that order items from Amazon and the tag says made in China, how long do those items last? I'm not going to talk bad on China because China does produce some interesting things, some cool things. They have a very diverse and interesting culture, and I enjoy listening and researching about it. But one of the things they don't produce very well, at least in my experience, is clothing. So I post this reply on Reddit, right? And I wait for a couple of days and I don't hear any reply. I'm like, geez, what's going on here? So I go over onto Reddit, and it's then that I discover that my Reddit post, my reply, has been removed by an auto mod. I'm like, oh, cool. So apparently, if your account is too new or you don't have the karma, right, you can't reply or post anything, which leads me to conclude, so if I wanted to make a Reddit post and participate in the community, how on earth would I be able to participate if I can't reply to anything? Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Yeah, I'm not super familiar because I don't use Reddit like that. I do occasionally troll through it for information, but as far as like participating and posting, that's just my first time to ever do so. So I got a little angry about it because in this scenario, I feel like I'm being censored for an unnecessary reason. And maybe it's to prevent trolls for suddenly making an account and saying a bunch of inflammatory comments to a poster. But if that's the case, there are plenty of mods that can detect these words and remove the post. So if the post is merely just me asking a question and relaying my experience in attempt to solidify my suspicions and potentially warn others that they might be anticipating delays or a ripoff or whatever, what kind of sense does that make? So I said, okay, you're not going to reply. We're going to delete my reply. I'm going to make my very own post. So I go and make my whole very own new post. I type the whole thing up, good 2, 3 paragraphs. I list the whole experience. And guess what? Post was removed. So, as I promised in the end of that post, I'm going to be mentioning it, and this is going to go anywhere and everywhere. Reddit, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. You're a pathetic, low life company, and especially for those where people have a right to be made aware, they have a right to be warned, they have a right to participate in public forum as long as they are communicating in a respectful, intelligent demeanor. Whatever nonsense reasoning they could have possibly had for, oh, your account's too new and blah 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 is BS. Okay. So like, okay, Reddit, you're dead to me now. So then I start looking, I'm still looking online, and I recently find someone on YouTube. Oh yes, a YouTuber posts a 30-second video. He received his jacket. He's in there, he's in the woods and he's showing off his jacket and all. I'm like, fantastic. A human being, YouTube, surely YouTube, who I have an established account with for years, will allow me to comment and ask the creator of the channel, hey, dude, what's the tag say on your jacket? Where was it made? So I post that, right? I wait a couple days. I go back and look, and you'll never guess what I discovered. My reply was deleted/hidden. You can click the reply drop down arrow, and there's nothing there. I sent the same link to the same video to a couple of my friends just to make sure it wasn't just me. And guess what? Confirmed my reply had been deleted. Fantastic. So, again, enraged at this point, I reply. I post a new comment instead of replying to the YouTuber. I post a new comment on the video and say, "Hey, did my reply really get hidden or deleted just for asking where this jacket is manufactured?" Because at the time, I wasn't certain whether it was the channel creator or some type of ridiculous auto mod on YouTube or overzealous manual mod on YouTube. I couldn't be sure. So a few moments ago, the YouTuber kindly replied to me and said, the jacket says it's made in China. Well, so we've come full circle now. So now this all begins to fall into place. All the puzzle pieces begin to fit. Why would we obfuscate where the jacket is manufactured? Because it's made in China. That is why. And because clothing made in China is not synonymous with quality clothing made in China. And per their very website, they are advertising custom, handmade, quality items. Okay? You are paying 170 to 160, it's more like 170 with taxes and all that. You're paying $170 for a jacket manufactured in China. Okay, I know some of you know exactly what I'm talking about, and if you don't, I don't care. So I feel bad for people right now. I still haven't received my item. It's 5 days till the end of April. I've received 0 correspondence. Except for, I don't know if I brought this up before or not, but pardon me if I'm repeating myself, except for an email advertising that pre-orders are once again open. Why on earth would you think that I would order another item from you if you haven't fulfilled the first order and it's 2 months late? Surely you have a list of people that have ordered, and that sending address was from the same customer service address that replied to me, denying and obfuscating where the object was made. Now, if you've made it this far, I'm just going to go ahead and state, I don't care that it's made in China. I don't care where it's made. Okay. What I do care about is being lied to and having deceptive business practices to hide that. If they had answered and said that, we're done. I didn't need anything. I didn't need to be told anymore. Confirmed my suspicions. Oh, it might be a while. It's getting jacked up, tariffs and blah, blah, blah. Great. Fantastic, right? But I have a right to know because I've purchased the item from you. Or they could have listed that information on the website, and they chose to do neither. So I want to switch back and forth between these pictures, but because I've already tried to record this video once, I really don't want it to get screwed up. So I'm just going to tell you guys, do not order any items from N2 until they fulfill the orders that they have currently. And I dare say advise, don't order from them at all until they are clear and concise with their business practices, shipping procedures, and where the item in question is manufactured. This is clearly an attempt to hide where the item's produced for an unknown reason. Totally unnecessary. Totally unnecessary. I would have already moved on. I wouldn't be making this video right now if that wasn't the case. I just wanted to know what the deal was. Where is it at? Okay, well, that makes sense. So stuff's getting jacked up. All right, cool, right? But for somebody who hasn't ordered their jacket or their hoodie or whatever just in time for summertime, which you're not going to be able to wear it in summertime. Like, if you look here, drop 2, between April 11th and 27th, you're shipping to mid to late June. So if you were to place an order right now, when do you think you're going to get your item? If you ever see it, July, August, the hottest 2 months, cool. The only item you should be ordering then is a t-shirt. Unbelievable. So because of the nonsense, because of Reddit, shame on you. I told you I would make this video and blast it. It's going to go every freaking place that I can think of. YouTube, you also ought to be ashamed of yourself. To the creator, the YouTube creator that replied to me and told me where his jacket was made. Dude, thank you so much for being honest. Thank you so much for being decent and treating me like a human being, unlike everywhere else. So, guys, know this before you place your order with this company. You will be waiting a while. Do not be surprised if you never see your item or it gets lost, because apparently, due to the, and I quote, the global uncertainties, there's going to be some problems receiving your order. And I think it's scummy and deceptive that they're still trying to advertise more items, push it further out, and not tell people what's going on about it. So, this is your warning. Do not order from them. Do not order from them unless you are comfortable losing $170 potentially. I don't know the quality of the product because I have yet to receive it. And I only know of 2 people on the internet that have posted after receiving their product. And good luck trying to communicate with the one on Reddit. You may have luck communicating with the one on YouTube. I would like to switch to the freaking switch to his channel and show you, but I don't want to mess it up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to post his channel in the comments below. You guys go over, give him some love, tell him thank you for being a decent dude, give him some subscribes, give him some thumbs up, right? Thank you, dude, for being a decent guy. And for the rest of you, God help you. So thanks for listening. This is a little off the cuff, but I could not contain myself any longer. And N2, I'm coming for you, bro. This is going everywhere. You have not heard the last of this. You have not heard the last of It Sucks. Thank you.